The first sentence fell. A man from Florida was sentenced by a Washington court to 8 months in prison for participating in the murderous assault on Capitol Hill on January 6, the first since the attack that shook American democracy. Photos on file show the bearded, long-haired man in the Senate chamber, ski goggles around his neck and carrying a large flag in the name of the former Republican president. Arrested on February 16 after being denounced, he had pleaded guilty to obstructing official procedures and the federal prosecutor had called for a sentence of 18 months in detention. According to court documents, Paul Hodgkins entered the Capitol with a backpack containing goggles, ropes and latex gloves, among others. He had reached the hemicycle, where he had taken his picture. The prosecution had acknowledged, however, that he had not personally participated in or encouraged violence or destruction of property, and that he had accepted his responsibility very early on. He had also spent less than half an hour in the Temple of Legislative Power in the United States. Since January 6, more than 535 protesters were arrested across the country for their participation in the assault on the U.S. Congress, and more than 165 have been indicted. Before Paul Hodgkins, 2 other people had been sentenced to prison. A woman had pleaded guilty and received a 3-year suspended sentence in June, and a man was given 3 months after pleading guilty, but that sentence covered his pre-trial detention. Plea guilty procedures are the norm in the United States, where the vast majority of federal criminal prosecutions are concluded without trial. But in the files related to the intrusion into the Capitol, very sensitive politically, the prosecutors seem reluctant to offer reduced sentences.